Little Legends, Exceptional Men in Black History, written by Vashti Harrison. Eddie Mabo, 1936 to 1992, activist. Eddie was born on the island of Mir in the Torres Strait between Austria and Papua New Guinea. The people in his community were natives to the islands, and they had their own customs, laws, and rituals for generations. Eddie was determined, ambitious, and a little bit rebellious, qualities that made him a great activist. But as a teen, they got him exiled from Mir for 1 year for a small offense. He moved to the state of Queensland in Australia. When the year was up, he didn't return home. Instead, he traveled, worked odd jobs, and became involved in the indigenous community, developing a fighting spirit. He met his wife, Bonita, and together they worked for indigenous people's rights and grew a large family. In 1967, he campaigned to get the right for Aboriginal and island people to vote. In 1973, him and Bonita opened the Black Community School in Townsville to give Aboriginal children a cultural and traditional education. But it was through his job as a groundskeeper at the James Cook University that Eddie found a new challenge. On campus, Eddie befriended many of the professors. During a conversation with some humanities professors, Eddie spoke of his home and his property on Mir. The professors were surprised to hear that Eddie believed he owned that land. Eddie was shocked to hear that he didn't. In the 18th century, when European colonizers first traveled to Austria, they made rules proclaiming that the area was terra nullius, or nobody's land, and could now be the property of the government. Eddie knew that wasn't right, and he began to take legal battle for traditional land ownership by his people. The fight took almost 10 years. In that time, Eddie's health and spirits diminished, and in January 1992, he passed away. On June 3rd, in that same year, the High Court of Australia ruled in favor of land rights for the islanders. The landmark ruling is now famously known as the Mabo decision. Eddie's work changed the legal and political landscape in Australia forever. June 3rd is now celebrated as Mabo Day.